You're watching the free version of Silhouette Essentials. For projects and footage, head to borisfx.com for the premium download.
Welcome to Class 5, where we have a rig removal shot to tackle. Here in this clip, the LED light stick needs to be removed from the background and over the character. So I'm just going to refer to the light stick as the rig in this class. So let's play through the shot to analyze and determine the shot approach. There's a camera move, a moving rig, and a moving character. The background wall can either be fixed with a clean plate or manual paint. And then the rig will need to be hand painted out of the character frame by frame. I'm thinking this because the rig passes over the face quickly and doesn't hover back and forth over her or sit in one area. Objects that pass over objects quickly are good candidates for hand painting because you will have source material to use, and if the occluded object is also moving, then the paint can be a bit more forgiving. Plus, there will be another object composited where the rig was. But it's not always the case that the element will be one of the same shape and width of the practical rig. Or like in this case, the stick part of the rig will not have anything placed over it, probably just where the LED light is at the top. And then there might be some additional work to blend the background wall reconstruction with the character where the painted areas intersect. So the first part of the task will be the back wall. There are a couple different approaches for the wall. One is to manually paint out the rig using offsets from different frames. So let's try a few frames. But first I'll take you through my setup here. Here we have the denoised frames from a previous session. And then I've added a roto node for the roto demo and a paint node as well. So you can see I've labeled this as roto demo, and you can do that down the node parameters. And so I'm going to just name the paint node as the paint demo. And then the last few setup items are to change the fill for the source. I'm going to change the fill to transparent. And in my paint node here, I'm going to click alpha, so I'm painting in the alpha. I'm going to make my softness 100%. So before I start painting, I want to talk about paint presets. Brush presets can be saved using the presets tab on the left side of the paint window. And to do that, first you need to unlock here in the presets window. And now you can select a brush. I'm on the clone tool. I can adjust the settings. And then if this is what I want, I can press the plus button, and now I have a brush preset. If I want to add more brushes, you just select a tool. Here's the drag tool. Add the plus button here. And maybe you want a drag tool with a 50% opacity. I can click plus again, make this 50%. And then when I select this brush, it's 100%, and then this brush is 50. But you can also name the presets as well. So if I have two of the same brushes, I'll add something that describes the brush a little bit more, and just double click. You can rename, so drag 50%. So when you're done making your presets, you want to lock them. To toggle between the presets, you can use the hotkey Alt Option 1 through 0. So I really like this feature because you can adjust any of these settings and save them. And you can also save presets and load presets. So down here in the little three-dot menu, you can see the preset options, import, export, and clear the presets. So here I'm just going to clear the presets, and I'm going to load in presets I've already saved. Import presets. And these are sort of my default presets. So if I want to just use some of them for a particular task I'm doing, you can even reorder these so it's a little bit easier. So I'm going to unlock the presets here. So if I want to use maybe the drag tool a lot more than I'm cloning, I'll just select that, and I'm just going to move that up to the top. And maybe I'll move the clone a little bit lower. I'll move this drag up. So it's really easy to reorganize them. And then when you're done reorganizing, just make sure you press the lock button. So now that I've talked about paint presets, it's time to start painting.